Hello there, my fine folk. This is Chris from TechSpert, and I'm here with Amazon's all-new Fire 7 tablets. Fresh for 2019. It's the 9th generation. I remember when the first one came out yonks ago, really showing my age here. I've been covering this stuff for far too long. Basically, the whole thing about the Fire tablets is they're great value. This is just 50 quid, so it's the cheapest Amazon Fire tablet, and indeed one of the cheapest tablets out there right now. So great news if you, for instance, you want a slightly bigger screen than your smartphone for browsing the web, checking out videos. If you just want something to get your kids to shut the hell up in the car. Shut up, Timmy. Here's a tablet. Watch your Paw Patrol or whatever the hell. So first of all, pretty straightforward box. You do, of course, get the tablet itself there, and a 3-pin plug and the micro USB charging cable as well. It is still micro USB, unfortunately, rather than the reversible Type-C. Bit of a shame that that's still a thing, but never mind. Hopefully it'll be wiped out soon. This new 9th generation model basically doubles the storage up to 32GB. It's got a faster processor in it, and it also comes in a range of new colors as well. So that's what's changed for the 9th generation Fire HD7 compared with previous tablets. Now first up, the actual design of the tablet hasn't changed much beyond the fresh new color palettes. As you can see, it's quite a chunky monkey still, reasonably light. It's sort of 300 grams. You can hand it to a kid, even like a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and they'll be able to just like sit there with it all day, no worries at all. It's got a plastic shell, of course, as you'd expect for a 50 quid device. No, metal sheen or premium design or anything like that, but you know what, it looks and feels quite nice. It's definitely compact enough to hold in one hand like so, despite the pretty chunky bezels surrounding that display. And hopefully it should prove pretty rugged as well. Certainly previous Fire tablets that I've tested out, they'll get a little scratch here and there, but you can actually properly bash these things about. You can chuck them across the room, so they are pretty good for kids. They are very durable indeed, and there is actually a kids version for an extra 50 quid, £100 here in the UK, which comes with a protective cover as well, just in case your kid is actually just hurling this thing about, throwing it at your face. Dad, I want that Paw Patrol, god damn it. It's good to see that you get a choice of colours now as well. The black model's always just a bit boring, looks really sort of plasticky and cheap and stuff. And to be fair, the more vibrant colours, such as this twilight blue model, you've got a plum version and also a sage, which is kind of a off-greeny type thing, just adds a bit more character to the tablet, just makes it a bit more inviting. Right, so I've just set up the Fire 7 tablet, just entering my Wi-Fi details, my Amazon account as well. You're gonna want to have an Amazon account, and preferably a Prime account as well, to get the most out of your Fire tablet. And now, of course, as usual, you get a nice little video introduction to the Fire.
Try asking Alexa to play music, make calls, check the news or your commute, and more.
Yada yada yada. Anyway, skip past that and you're basically into your Fire 7 UI. And as you can see, it hasn't really changed up much from the user interface on previous Amazon tablets. I quite like the layout. So as you see here on your home screen, you've got fast access to basically the stuff that you use the most. It's fully customizable, so you can ditch any apps that you don't use, swap them around and everything. And as you can see up here at the top, you've got some new items there. And as you start to use the tablet, any apps and books and things like that will appear there on the very front, so you can just jump straight back into them. And as you can see, it's sectioned up to according to the type of media. So you've got fast access to all your books that you might have bought from the Kindle store on good old Amazon, of course. You've got access to your Amazon videos as well. So as you can see there, a bit of Prime Video, all that kind of shenanigans, Prime TV. So as I mentioned before, if you do have a Prime account, you will get the most out of this tablet. You've got fast access to games on Amazon's own app store. It doesn't use the Google Play Store, it uses Amazon's own, but it is well stocked because, of course, Amazon, it's a pretty big deal these days, and it's got access to a lot of stuff. You can, of course, jump straight into the Amazon shop, shocker, so you can throw even more money at Amazon if that is your want. And of course, music as well. So if you've got access to the Prime Music, you've got all that. Otherwise, if you throw money at Amazon for the Music Unlimited every month, it's got a really good selection. I've done a video on the Music Unlimited service in 2019, kind of a 2019 review update. So go check that out if you want to know if it really is a worthy alternative to Spotify. Audible, I'm a massive Audible fan because I don't really have time to read much these days, to be perfectly honest. So I'm usually listening to books as I'm running around like a mentalist. So there you go. So as you can see, you get access to all of your favorite media, video, music, the rest. And if you swipe this way from your home screen, you'll now find the For You section as well. And what this does is gives you a little brief overview, welcomes you into another glorious day. Good morning, people. Oh, look, it's not pissing it down today. Hooray. And also recommends some apps, some news, some videos, things like that you might be interested in. And it will sort of learn your habits, your interests over time as well. Now, that 7-inch display isn't exactly huge for a tablet. Certainly nothing compared with, the iPad Pros of the world, things like that. So if you're looking for a big screen device to watch a bit of Netflix or read books or something like that, you know what? Most modern smartphones actually pack a display about the same sort of size. This is the Mi 9 from Xiaomi. It's got a 6.4-inch display, and it may look a lot smaller in comparison to the Fire, but that's only because it's got really skinny bezels compared to the big chunky mothers here on the Fire 7. So you know what? If you do want a big screen device, you might just want to buy any modern smartphone, to be honest. And of course, one of the ways that Amazon can offer the Fire 7 so cheaply is because it does have a really basic panel. This IPS screen has a 1024 by 600 pixel resolution, so it's not high definition. You can get a Fire HD tablet, but it will cost you a bit more, and it is pretty basic, to be perfectly honest with you. As you can see there, the resolution isn't great. It'll be absolutely fine if you just want to read a book, for instance. Let's get a bit of Rick Mail action on the go. And as you can see there, if we reduce the font to its smallest possible size, it does look a little bit grainy. It's not even as nice as reading it just on a standard Kindle device, to be perfectly honest. But you know what? It'll do the job. It'll be absolutely fine. You know, you'll be able to clearly make out the text and everything. However, if you want to, for instance, read a graphic novel or something like that, that's when you'll really start to notice that those visuals are quite sort of low res. The pictures don't have that gorgeous crispness that you will do if you, for instance, plump up for the Fire HD tablets instead. And as you can see, if you get up close with some of the preview icons and things like that as well, they do look rather grainy and a bit poo. And of course, Amazon is heavily pushing its Prime Video offerings here on the Fire 7. Can't really fault it for that. But thankfully, you do get the likes of Netflix and everything offered by the App Store, BBC iPlayer as well. So if you don't have a Prime subscription, use the likes of Netflix instead, you're not shit out of luck. And of course, those video visuals ain't great. Again, is quite a grainy image. Colours are sort of okay. They don't exactly pop. It's not the most vibrant of panels, and the contrast, frankly, sucks. You know, the blacks basically just look like really bright, hazy greys. But you know, again, if you're just going to be handing this to a kid to watch a show on the go, something like that, it will definitely do the job. And as far as the audio goes, it's a single mono speaker down here on the bottom edge. It's reasonably sort of loud. Just boost it up now.
I'm kind of scared. Hey, Pinnacle, is something up?
See for yourself. But don't say that I didn't warn you.
So you see, the clarity is absolutely fine. Again, it'll do the job if you're just going to be just watching a TV show, something basic on this thing, no problem whatsoever. And at least because it is mounted on the bottom rather than on the sides, it means you're not accidentally smothering the thing when you're holding the tablet like so, which is definitely a bonus. Of course, if you're going to be watching videos and things like that on public transport out in general public vicinity, I would of course recommend connecting headphones. You do thankfully get a headphone port here on the Fire 7 tablet and full Bluetooth support as well. Because one of my primary beefs with the Amazon Fire tablets, certainly down on the more budget end of the range, is the fact that the performance is usually very stilted, very stuttery, which just makes the whole thing just not very pleasurable to use. Touchwood, so far, the Fire 7 9th generation 2019 edition seems absolutely fine. It has got a faster processor than before in there. Haven't got specifics on the exact chipset, but I'm guessing it's a MediaTek. It's a quad-core 1.3 gigahertz. You do still just get the 1 gig of RAM in there though, which is where it's going to sort of throttle quite a lot. You'll find that apps sometimes, if you tap them, nothing really seems to happen. It's like, did that actually did it register? And you'll be kind of hanging around waiting for stuff to happen. So you can expect that kind of shenanigans going on. But again, it's a 50 quid tablet. What do you really expect, you know? Now I have the basic 16 gigabyte model of the new Fire 7 tablet, but you can now pick it up with 32 gigs of storage as well, which I would definitely recommend if you're going to be downloading a lot of Netflix, things like that to enjoy on the go. Though thankfully you do still get micro SD memory card support, and that gives you up to 512 gigs of extra storage if you can actually afford a memory card that big. Presumably if you just spending 50 quid on a tablet, you don't therefore want to be spending 50, 100 quid on a memory card to go with it as well. So you might as well just get the 32 gig model, and then you should have more than enough space to download a good few movies and shows to keep you entertained. But if you are looking for something to entertain you for a long plane journey, some sort of epic trip, then again, the Fire 7 might not perfectly suit you. Amazon quotes it as 7 hours of mixed use. I've noticed that battery meter trickling down pretty pronto, to be honest. If you're going to be streaming video, things like that, you'd probably expect no more than about 5 to 6 hours of use. And it does take quite a long time to charge back up again as well. It ain't exactly a quick charger. You can expect around 4 hours at the plug before you get a full charge. So again, for the impatient types out there, maybe not ideal. And of course, like all recent Fire tablets as well, the Fire 7 comes with full Alexa support. So all you need to do is say Alexa, like I just did, and then like an obedient slave, the Fire 7 will listen to your commands and basically perform whatever you ask of it, be it just like grabbing some information online, opening an app or whatever. I'm not really entirely sure what Alexa is doing on the likes of a tablet, to be honest, because obviously your primary interaction with this sort of thing is via the screen. It's perfect for the likes of the Amazon Echo speakers, things like that, works really nicely. But yeah, for the tablets and stuff, I don't really see what the point is, to be perfectly frank. If I'm missing something obvious, definitely let me know in the comments down below. It'd be great to hear if anyone actually bothers to use Alexa on a phone or a tablet. And don't worry if you're paranoid about the man listening in or anything like that, because you can easily disable Alexa with a quick tap up here in the settings menu. And there are plenty of other great little features and things buried away in the Fire 7 as well. So for instance, you've got full parental controls. Great news if you've got a little kiddie wink who, again, you are bestowing this tablet upon. You can just say exactly how long they can use it each day, what sort of time period they can use it for, which apps they can use, things like that. Great peace of mind. And there's plenty of support on there for people who need it as well. Just dive into the help section of the settings menu. As you can see there, you've got tutorials, you've got help videos. You can actually contact Amazon directly and have people actually take over your screen and show you exactly what you need to do. It's a really, really solid service. And if you want to do a bit of Skyping as well, no worries there. The Fire 7 is perfectly capable of that. You get a 2 megapixel front facing camera and even a 2 megapixel rear facing camera as well. When I say basic though, they are very basic indeed. As you see there, it'll be fine for having a quick Skype with grandma or something like that. Picks up a reasonably sort of sharp version of your glorious face. 720p resolution, so it is at least HD. Of course, it will be foiled by any kind of harsh contrast or anything like that. But again, it may not do the job in a premium fashion, but it definitely does the job. So that right there is the Fire 7 tablet 2019 edition, the 9th generation now, from Amazon. As you see, for 50 quid, if you just want something again to chuck at your kids so they can watch their little cartoons and browse books and things like that, absolutely does the job. If you're a grown adult and you want nice picture quality, something you can really enjoy your Amazon Prime, your Netflix videos, I'd suggest just bumping up your budget a bit for the HD edition, or to be honest, just buying a brand new smartphone with a really nice crisp full HD screen, because you know what, phones these days, they're pretty much 7 inches anyway, so you're going to get that full screen experience anyway. That's what I think of the new Amazon Fire 7. What do you think? Definitely let us know in the comments down below. If you used the previous generation Fires, are you tempted by this update? Be great to hear your thoughts, and please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. Cheers everyone, love you!